Black screen audio only. A plate shatters. A girl screams. Then Derek Vance's voice, cold and deliberate. Tell anyone and you'll regret it. 2 seconds of silence. Smash cut to Jose Diner. 8:15 p.m. present day. Sarah Mitchell sits in the corner booth. Red pen moving across student essays. The diner is nearly empty. The bell above the door chimes. Derek Vance walks in first. 21 years old, varsity jacket, jaw tight. Behind him, for shadows. Trent with his phone already out. Bruno cracking his knuckles. Leo scanning the room. Ricky hanging back, eyes darting. Derek doesn't rush. He crosses the checkered floor, stops at Sarah's table. She keeps grading. He sits down across from her uninvited. You know what happened to the last teacher who crossed me? Sarah finishes marking his sentence, meets his eyes without blinking. Mrs. Calloway retired. Derek leans back, laugh cold. That's what they told you. He stands, backhands her tray. Food flies. Orange juice arcs through the air. A folded note falls from under the tray. Sarah's hand moves fast, palms it, slides it into her jacket pocket. Owen sees it. His hand freezes mid-wipe. Sarah pulls napkins from the dispenser, dabs at the mess. Her voice comes out level. 14 days. That's all you have left. Derek's smirk falters. What? She doesn't repeat herself. Derek's voice drops. You fail me again. That's twice now. Strike 3. And Sarah cuts him off. And you'll do what? Threaten me? In front of witnesses? Derek turns, snaps his fingers. His crew follows him out. Sarah sits back down. Her hands are steady, but Owen sees the tremor in her left index finger just once. Then it stops. She pulls out her phone, types. Day 14, diner, public threat. For witnesses. Owen approaches with a fresh coffee. You military. Sarah's eyes flick up. Why ask? Owen taps his temple. The way you stand, skin rooms. I was Marines. She wraps both hands around the mug. I taught ROTC in college. Owen doesn't buy it. Ridgemont's a small town. Vance family runs it. Deputy mayor, police chief's cousin. Mrs. Calloway graded fairly, too. Owen's voice drops. Then her brake lines got cut. Sarah's hands go still. And the police ruled it mechanical failure. 3 days later, she moved to Arizona. Owen glances toward the window. Derek's truck idles across the street. Whatever you're planning, you better have a backup plan for your backup plan. Sarah finishes her coffee, walks out through the kitchen exit. Owen watches as she checks under her car. Tires, brake lines, exhaust point 3 weeks earlier, Ridgemont High. First day of school. Principal Hayes greets Sarah. You're replacing Mrs. Calloway. Wonderful woman. 30 years here. Retired last month. Sarah shakes his hand. Sudden retirement. Hayes's smile twitches. Health reasons. Day 3. Sarah hands back the first essay exam. Derek Vance gets his paper last. D+ circled in red. His face goes dark. After class, he waits until the room empties. Mrs. Calloway never graded me below B. Sarah closes her grade book. Mrs. Calloway isn't here. I grade on merit. My father is deputy mayor. Derek's voice stays soft. You might want to reconsider. Grades aren't negotiable. For 1 second, something flickers across Derek's face. Fear. Raw and quick. Then it's gone. You'll regret this. He leaves. Sarah opens her desk drawer, pulls out a small notebook, writes, Day 3. Derek Vance, verbal threat. Witness, none. Day 5. A girl named Maya Torres sits in the front row. When Derek walks past her desk, she flinches. After class, Sarah approaches her. Maya, you okay? I'm fine, Miss Mitchell. Stay away from Derek, please. Did he hurt you? Maya's voice cracks. I can't talk about it. They made me sign an NDA. She runs from the room. Sarah walks to the principal's office. Why did Maya Torres sign an NDA? Hayes's face closes. That's confidential. Family matter resolved internally. Day 6. Sarah's email gets hacked. Someone posts a fake transcript on the school's Facebook group. Caption, Miss Mitchell cheated to get her teaching credential. Sarah doesn't respond. She screenshots everything, traces the IP address. Trent Murphy, logged in from 11:15 to 11:40 a.m. She photographs the log. Day 7. Sarah walks to her car after school. Someone spray painted it. Red letters. Leave town. She photographs it from 4 angles. Drives to the police station. Detective Lisa Barnes comes out. Takes Sarah's statement. Looks at the photos. Barely. No witnesses, no proof. Probably kids. Prank. Sarah keeps her voice even. This is targeted harassment. Barnes sets down her pen. Miss Mitchell, welcome to small town life. Unless you have proof who did it, there's nothing I can do. Sarah leans forward. What happened to Miss Calloway? Barnes's face hardens. Retired, day 8. Sarah returns to the diner. Owen sits down across from her. You're not backing down. No. Owen sighs. The Vance family built half the buildings here. When they want something, people look the other way. What did they want from Mrs. Calloway? Owen lowers his voice. To pass Derek. Give him grades he didn't earn. She refused. Started documenting everything. Then one night, her brake lines got cut. She survived barely. Police ruled it mechanical failure. 3 days later, she left. Sarah's coffee goes cold. Who cut the lines? No one knows. No one wants to know. Owen taps the table. I've seen that look before. The way you move. Check corners. Keep your back to walls. You're not just a teacher, are you? Outside, Derek's truck sits across the street. He's watching her. Day 9, the school feels different. Students avoid eye contact. Leo spreads a rumor. Says Sarah bullies students, targets athletes. Parents start calling. Principal Hayes summons Sarah. Miss Mitchell, we've had complaints. Several parents say you're being too rigid with your grading. I'm being consistent. Consistency can be inflexible. Hayes fidgets with his pen. The Vance family has been very generous to this school. Perhaps you could be more flexible with certain students. I'm declining. Sarah stands. I won't compromise academic integrity because a family donates money. That evening, Sarah logs into the grade database. Derek's D+ is now AB+. She didn't change it. She checks the edit history. Modified 4 hours ago. User system admin. She screenshots it. Calls IT. Someone altered grades in my class. Probably a system glitch. I'll restore the backup. Next morning, the backup is corrupted. No record of Derek's original grade. She opens her handwritten grade book. Photographs every page. Uploads to 3 cloud accounts. Day 10, after school, Derek corners Sarah in the parking lot. Bruno and Trent flank him. I tried to be nice. Derek's voice shakes with rage. I gave you chances. Now you force my hand. Sarah's right hand slips into her jacket pocket, activates the audio recorder. Forced you to what, Derek? Fail me again, and I swear you'll end up like Calloway. He steps closer. Brake lines are easy to cut. Perfect. Crystal clear. Are you threatening to kill me? Derek's eyes widen. I'm warning you. Back off. Change my grade or regret it. Trent's phone buzzes. Derek, we gotta go. Your dad's calling. They leave. Sarah stands there for 10 seconds. Then checks the brake lines. They're fine for now. She drives home, downloads the audio file, labels it, then lies on her bed. Her hands shake. She makes them stop. Day 11. Sarah tries to upload the recording. Her internet is down. She drives to school early. Uses the staff Wi-Fi. Progress bar reaches 92%. Then file corrupted. Upload failed. Someone is blocking her. She takes the recorder to the police station, hands it to Barnes. Derek Vance threatened to kill me. It's on here. Clear audio. Barnes logs it. I'll listen to it today. 24 hours later, Barnes calls. Miss Mitchell, I need you to come in. Barnes leads her to an interview room. Sets the recorder on the table. It's wet, water damaged. There was a leak in our evidence locker last night. The file's unrecoverable. Sarah stares at the ruined device. You're telling me the one piece of evidence I bring you gets destroyed in 24 hours? I'm sorry. These things happen. These things don't just happen. Sarah's voice stays level. This is deliberate destruction of evidence. Barnes leans back. That's a serious accusation, Miss Mitchell. Do you have proof? Sarah walks out, sits in her car, grips the steering wheel. Flashback hits. Marcus in the sand, blood spreading, his voice. Why didn't you wait? She closes her eyes, whispers, not this time. This time I do it right. Evening. Sarah returns to the diner. Maya is there sitting with Owen. Maya's eyes are red. Maya's been wanting to talk to you. Owen says. I told her it's safe here. Maya's voice breaks. Last year, Derek assaulted me after prom. I tried to report it. His father paid my family $20,000 to sign an NDA and drop charges. Mrs. Calloway found out, tried to support me, then her brakes got cut. I've lived with that guilt every day. Sarah sits, squeezes Maya's hand. That's not your fault. I should have fought harder. You survived. That took courage. Owen clears his throat. I've been documenting Derek's conversations in this diner for a year. Audio, some video. Waiting for someone brave enough to use it. Sarah looks up. Why didn't you go to police? Because the police chief is Vance's cousin. FBI won't touch it without a federal angle. Owen leans forward. But if Derek threatens a federal witness, that changes jurisdiction. Sarah's mind clicks. Title 9. If I file a federal complaint for sexual harassment and retaliation, it triggers DOE oversight. And if Derek threatens you after that, it's obstruction of a federal investigation. Owen nods. Maya grabs Sarah's arm. Miss Mitchell, he's dangerous. I'm already doing it. Sarah's voice is firm. And you're not alone anymore. Day 12. Sarah files a formal Title IX complaint with the Department of Education. She sends copies to Principal Hayes, the school board, and the state superintendent. Day 13. Derek finds out. He storms into Sarah's classroom, slams the door. You filed a federal complaint. You gave me no choice. You just made the biggest mistake of your life. Derek's face is red. My father will bury you. Then I guess I'll see you in federal court. Derek leaves, punches a locker. Day 14. 3 p.m. Sarah leaves the police station. Her car has a slashed tire. Bruno and Leo appear. Take photos of her. Smile for the camera. Miss Mitchell, your career's over. Sarah's fist clenches. Her stance shifts. Combat ready. She could take them both. Easy. But she stops. Breathes. Not without proof. Not again. Owen's truck pulls up. Get in. They drive in silence. Finally, Sarah asks, how did you really know I was military? Owen doesn't look at her. Camp Perry 2021. I trained your unit before you deployed. You had a different haircut. Same eyes. Sarah goes still. You remember? Hard to forget. You were the best shooter I'd seen in 20 years. What happened? I stopped trusting myself. Owen nods. Ridgemont can help you trust again if you let it. Day 14, 7:30 p.m. Sarah meets Owen at the diner. The police won't help. The school won't help. Derek's father is untouchable. The door crashes open. Derek stumbles and drunk, eyes wild. Trent and Ricky behind him. Bruno and Leo outside. Derek weaves towards Sarah's booth. You think you're smart? Filing federal complaints. My dad already got it dismissed. Judge Matt golfs with him every Sunday. Sarah stands, recorder in her pocket. Derek, you're drunk. Leave. Derek laughs. Leave. This is my town. You're the one leaving. He grabs her backpack, rips it open, finds the recorder, holds it up. Every time you try, we're one step ahead. He drops it, stomps on it. Plastic cracks. Derek turns to Owen. Tell her, Owen. Owen's face is stone. Long pause. He doesn't look at Sarah. Camera's been broken for 2 weeks. Sarah's world tilts. The one person she thought she could trust. Her vision blurs. Not tears. Rage. She forces it down. Owen. I'm sorry, Miss Mitchell. His voice is flat. I can't help you. The door opens again. Detective Barnes walks in. Miss Mitchell, I'm placing you under arrest for harassment and filing false reports. Derek steps back, smirking. Should have left when you had the chance. Sarah's hands go behind her back. Cuffs click. Barnes leads Sarah toward the door. Owen stands behind the bar, hands flat on the counter, face unreadable. Sarah looks back once, meets his eyes. He looks away. The door closes. 14 days. It was supposed to end differently. The interrogation room smells like stale coffee. Sarah sits across from Barnes, hands cuffed. Barnes opens a folder, slides photos across. You've made serious accusations against a respected family. Unless you can provide new evidence, the DA will charge you with filing false reports. That's a felony. Sarah doesn't speak. The door opens. Owen walks in carrying a laptop. Sarah's head snaps up. Confusion, then anger. You said the camera was broken. Owen sets the laptop on the table. I lied to Derek. The camera works fine. It records to a hidden server my son manages remotely in Seattle. Every frame from tonight and the last 6 months is backed up. Timestamped, geo-tagged, admissible in court. Barnes goes rigid. Owen, you can't what? Document crimes in my own establishment? Owen's voice hardens. I'm former military intelligence. I know exactly what I can and cannot do. He spins the laptop toward Barnes, presses play. The footage is crystal clear. Derek stumbling in, slurring about Judge Matt, grabbing Sarah, destroying evidence, threatening her. Owen's fake betrayal, all of it. Barnes watches. Her face drains of color. I need to make a call. She leaves. Sarah and Owen sit in silence. Finally, Sarah speaks. Why did you pretend to betray me? Because Derek needed to believe he'd won. Needed to get sloppy, arrogant. Owen leans back. I'm sorry. I know what it cost you to trust me. You could have warned me. If you'd known, your reaction wouldn't have been real. Derek would have sensed it. The door opens. Captain Rodriguez, Barnes's supervisor. Late 40s, sharp eyes. Rodriguez sits, stares at Barnes. You told me there was no evidence. You told me this woman was lying. Barnes shifts. Sir, the Vance family has influence. You thought protecting local politics was more important than protecting a victim. Rodriguez's voice could cut glass. We're sworn to uphold the law, not to serve wealthy families. He turns to Sarah. Miss Mitchell, I owe you an apology. I received a call from the FBI field office in Richmond 2 hours ago. Your name flagged in their system. Operation Nightshade. Ring a bell? Sarah goes still. Rodriguez continues. The Bureau's been investigating Deputy Mayor Vance for 6 months. Financial ties to offshore accounts linked to terrorist financing. Same cell you helped dismantle in Syria. Vance tried to bribe a federal informant to identify Nightshade operatives still stateside. Your location was mentioned. That's how Derek knew your background. The room tilts. The Vances are working with Cell 19. We're past tense. They didn't know you were here until 3 weeks ago. That's why Derek escalated so fast. His father wanted you gone before the FBI connected the dots. Rodriguez uncuffs Sarah himself. Miss Mitchell, you were never under arrest. This was a protective measure. If Derek thought you were in custody, he might have backed off. We needed him to make one more mistake. Sarah rubs her wrists, looks at Owen. You knew about the FBI investigation. Owen nods. I contacted them 8 months ago after Mrs. Calloway. And I was the moment. You were the catalyst. The door bursts open. Maya rushes in. Her mother right behind her. Maya throws her arms around Sarah. I heard they arrested you. I came to testify. I don't care about the NDA anymore. Rodriguez stands. Maya, your NDA was signed under duress. It's unenforceable in a federal criminal case. With your testimony, Owen's recordings, and Miss Mitchell's documentation, we have enough for warrants. Maya's mother speaks. My daughter was ashamed, scared. That man's family paid us to be silent. We needed the money, but money is not worth her soul. Sarah stands, takes Maya's hand. You're incredibly brave. You showed me how. Rodriguez checks his watch. We have a narrow window. Derek's at the diner now. Captain Vance is meeting him there in 20 minutes. If we move fast, we can take them both. Sarah's eyes sharpen. I want to be there. Miss Mitchell, that's not they humiliated me publicly. I want them to face consequences the same way. Rodriguez considers, nods. Plainclothes officers only. You stay back unless absolutely necessary. 10 p.m., Jose's diner. Derek sits in booth number 4. Trent, Bruno, Leo, and Ricky crowd around. They're drinking beer. Celebrating. The door opens. Deputy Mayor Vance walks in. 55, silver hair, expensive suit. Dad. Derek stands wobbly. We did it. She's gone. Vance doesn't smile. Sit down. You're drunk. We won. She can't touch us now. You're an idiot. Vance's voice is ice. You destroyed evidence in front of witnesses. Threatened a federal witness. Made recorded confessions. You gave them everything they needed. Derek's smile dies. What? The door opens again. Sarah walks in. Behind her, Rodriguez and 4 plainclothes officers. Derek's face goes white. How are you free? Turns out false arrest is still illegal. Sarah's voice is calm. She walks toward booth 4. Vance stands, positions himself between Sarah and his son. This is harassment. I'll have your badges. Rodriguez steps forward. Actually, Mr. Vance, you're under arrest. Federal warrants for racketeering, money laundering, obstruction of justice, and conspiracy to provide material support to terrorist organizations. 2 officers move in. Vance doesn't resist. You have no idea who you're dealing with. Actually, we do. Cell 19. Offshore accounts in the Caymans. We've been watching you for 6 months. Derek tries to run. Makes it 3 steps. Bruno's in his way. Derek shoves him. Get out of my way. Bruno steps aside. Leo does the same. Ricky opens the door. Derek stumbles outside. Runs straight into 4 more officers. They tackle him. Cuff him. Total time, 15 seconds. Inside, Derek is dragged back in. He sees Sarah, lunges. This is your fault. You ruined everything. He breaks free, grabs Sarah's shoulder. Big mistake. Sarah's training activates. She pivots, uses his momentum, executes a perfect hip turn. Derek leaves the ground, flips, lands flat on his back. Plates rattle. Derek groans. Trent rushes in. Sarah sidesteps, redirects him into Bruno. They crash. Ricky pulls a knife. Owen moves fast, grabs a cast iron skillet, swings. The knife clatters. Sarah kicks it under the jukebox. Leo bolts for the back exit. Barnes blocks him, cuffs him. Total elapsed time, 18 seconds. Sarah stands over Derek. He's gasping. That's for Maya. For Mrs. Calloway. For every girl you thought was too weak to fight back. Derek spits blood. My father will Rodriguez kneels. Your father is being transferred to federal custody as we speak. Officers lift Derek up, cuff him. All five let out in a line. Rodriguez turns to Sarah. Miss Mitchell, why didn't you defend yourself sooner? You clearly had the skills. Sarah sits. Owen brings her water. She drinks. 3 years ago, I was part of Operation Nightshade, Delta Force. We were hunting a terror cell outside Damascus. My spotter, Marcus Chun, saw movement in a building. I didn't wait for confirmation. I acted on instinct, on rage. Her voice cracks. I was wrong. The building held refugees, civilians. Marcus tried to stop me, pushed me out of the way when return fire came. He took 3 rounds, died before medevac arrived. Maya sits beside her, takes her hand. I left the service because I swore I'd never let anger control me again. I came here to teach, to believe that systems work. When Derek started harassing me, I could have stopped him immediately. Day 1, broken his wrist. But then what? I'm the violent teacher. He's the victim. His father buries me. She looks at Rodriguez, at Barnes, at Owen. So I let him escalate, documented everything, gave the system every single chance to protect me the right way. I needed Derek to hang himself with his own actions, and I needed to prove to myself that I could control my training, not let it control me. Her voice strengthens. Tonight, when he grabbed me, it wasn't just self-defense. It was 2 weeks of him counting on my silence. It was Maya's trauma, Mrs. Calloway running, all the girls who never got justice. She stands, faces Rodriguez directly. I didn't hit him because I was angry. I hit him because the law gave me no other choice. And I stopped the second he was neutralized. That's the difference between revenge and justice. Rodriguez nods slowly. For the record, what you did was textbook self-defense. Barnes approaches. I owe you an apology. I let politics cloud my judgment. I failed you. I'm sorry. Sarah extends her hand. Barnes shakes it. Don't apologize to me. Apologize by doing better next time. I will. Maya hugs Sarah tight. Thank you for not running away. Mrs. Calloway survived. That took courage, too. We all fight differently. Over the next 2 months, dominoes fall. Derek, Trent, Bruno, Leo, and Ricky are charged as adults. Derek pleads guilty, gets 7 years in prison, 5 years probation after. Permanent restraining order. Turns out Derek had a pattern. 6 other girls come forward. Deputy Mayor Vance's trial is ongoing. 37 federal counts. The FBI traces his accounts, finds connections to sell 19 financiers. Prosecutors expect 25 years minimum. Principal Hayes resigns. The school board issues public apologies. Sarah's contract is extended with a raise. The school implements a blind grading system. Maya's NDA is voided. Her family files civil suit. Assets are frozen. The case settles. Maya uses the money to start a scholarship fund. Names it after Mrs. Calloway. Independent audit reveals 47 students had grades artificially inflated over 5 years. The scandal makes state news. Stanford revokes Derek's acceptance. The town holds a meeting. 200 people attend. Demand accountability. Owen's Diner becomes a safe haven. Posters go up. Harassment stops here. Detective Barnes is demoted to patrol officer. Given a chance to rebuild trust. She takes it. Volunteers with the Domestic Violence Task Force. Captain Rodriguez is promoted. New police chief. First act is implementing body cameras. Second is creating third-party review board. State legislature takes notice. Passes Maya's law. Mandatory third-party reporting for Title IX violations. Criminal penalties for NDAs signed under duress. Sarah and Maya testify at the State House. The bill passes unanimously. 6 weeks after Derek's sentencing, Mrs. Calloway returns to Ridgemont. The school holds an assembly. She stands at the podium. I ran because I was scared. Sarah stayed because she was brave. Both choices were valid, but I'm grateful she fought for all of us. Sarah sits in the front row, Maya beside her, Owen in the back. When Mrs. Calloway finishes, the auditorium erupts. Standing ovation, 3 minutes long. 2 months later, Derek's sentencing hearing. The courtroom is packed. Sarah sits between Maya and Mrs. Calloway. The judge is a woman. 60 sharp. She reads the charges, looks at Derek. Orange jumpsuit, handcuffed, head down. Mr. Vance, you weaponized privilege to terrorize those you deemed beneath you. You used your family's influence as a shield for predatory behavior. This court will not tolerate predators regardless of family name. She brings down the gavel. 7 years, no early parole. Split screen. Deputy Mayor Vance at his own hearing. Federal judge. Also handcuffed. Also broken. Guilty on all counts. Sarah's face shows no triumph, just quiet satisfaction. Outside the courthouse, reporters swarm. Sarah makes a brief statement. Justice isn't always fast, but it's always worth fighting for. To every survivor who thinks the system won't protect them, document everything. Find your people. Trust the process, but trust yourself more. 2 months later, Sarah's classroom. Students engaged, respectful, learning. Maya is her teaching assistant. After class, Maya lingers. Miss Mitchell, I got into Georgetown. Full scholarship. Sarah hugs her. I'm so proud of you. I'm majoring in political science, going to law school, going to change laws. You already have. Owen brings coffee to Sarah's classroom during her planning period. They've become close friends. You know, I never told you the whole truth about why I recognized you. Camp Perry, 2021. I also lost someone in Nightshade. Different op, same cell. After she died, I kept track of survivors. When you showed up here, I knew immediately. You've been protecting me this whole time. Someone had to. Thank you. Don't thank me. You saved yourself. I just provided the tech support. That evening, Sarah returns to her apartment. Mail on the doorstep. Bills, junk, then an envelope. Official military seal. No return address. She opens it. 3 items. First, a photo. Sarah in Delta Force uniform. Marcus Chin circled in red. Second, a classified document. Heavily redacted. Header reads Operation Nightshade Asset Relocation Protocol. Third, a handwritten note. No signature. Sarah Vance wasn't just laundering money. He was coordinating with Cell 19 to identify Nightshade operatives stateside. You exposed him before he could expose you. But Cell 19 has 3 more financiers operating in the U.S. One of them knows where you are. Your fight in Ridgemont is over. But the war isn't. We need you back. Not as a soldier, as a hunter. Locker 247, Union Station, Washington, D.C. 72 hours. Come alone, or they'll come for you. Sarah's hands tremble. She looks at Marcus's photo. Young, smiling, gone. She walks to the window, pulls back the curtain. A black sedan is parked across the street. Different plates. Driver inside, watching her building. She closes the curtain, sits on her bed, opens the drawer. Inside are her old Delta Force dog tags, a burner phone. Things she kept just in case. She stares at them, then at the letter. Her voice is barely a whisper. I thought I was done running. She picks up the burner phone, dials a number from memory. It rings twice. A filtered voice answers. Mitchell, I knew you'd call. I have conditions. Name them. I'm not killing anyone. I'm not going dark. And if you're lying to me, I'll expose you the way I exposed Vance. The voice pauses, then chuckles. Welcome back, Captain. Sarah closes her eyes, opens them. The teacher is still there, but so is the soldier. Maybe they were always the same person. She looks at Marcus' photo one more time, whispers, I'm sorry, but I have to finish what we started. Screen fades to black. White text appears. Sarah Mitchell returned to active duty in April 2025. Cell 19 was dismantled 6 months later. Maya Torres graduated valedictorian and now advocates for Title IX reform. Derek Vance is serving his sentence. Deputy Mayor Vance died in federal custody under suspicious circumstances. The investigation is ongoing. Operation Nightshade remains classified. Final shot. Sarah's empty classroom. Desk clean. Lights off. On the whiteboard, one sentence in her handwriting. Justice is not a destination, it's a journey.